What's up guys, it's your boy HMK once again, and you might remember me from such videos like the situation of Zelda Wii U, and more recently the Super Smash Bros. Sephiroth reveal reaction. Anyways, when it comes to Nintendo news lately, a lot of people are wondering if Nintendo Switch Directs, or Nintendo Directs in general, I mean because we don't have another Nintendo console right now, the 3DS is kind of gone. Are Directs dead? Are they gone? Are they down for the count? Are they alive? Are they going to come back? Because, I mean, we've had Nintendo Directs when it comes to partner showcases, little Directs, for certain games specifically. But when it comes to Nintendo Directs, traditional Directs, we haven't had one in more than a year. It's been really wild, and there's a lot of factors to take in when it comes to the leaks, the rumors, and if Nintendo's going to continue with these or not. And if you haven't been living under a rock for the past 6 or 7 years or whatnot, then you would know that Nintendo Directs are a source of inspiration, imagination, hype, and news when it comes to us, the fans, and the industry as a whole. So much so that Sony, Ubisoft, Xbox, everyone's trying to emulate their own type of Nintendo Directs with Inside Xbox, Sony State of Play, yada yada yada. But when it comes to Nintendo, have they truly abandoned the idea? The reason why this has come to my mind and many others is because we got the release date trailers when it comes to things like new Pokemon Snap, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and Monster Hunter Rise, which had its own event, but it was a Monster Hunter Rise digital event, not even a Direct or Nintendo anything related. Capcom was in charge of that. You think Nintendo will have their claws into that because Monster Hunter, get it, claws, and yeah. But the point of this video is to discuss and dissect reasoning and what Nintendo has done and what Nintendo plans to do when it comes to Nintendo Directs, their announcements, and how they really want to convey their games to us. Because they just, hey, a trailer's coming, hey, a character's coming, hey, check out this new trailer. They just drop it out of the wazoo, and for the most part, it's doing the job. So that's one thing to consider when it comes to Nintendo Directs and if they're gonna be back or not. But let's go over everything on the docket that I have for you, and you will decide if Nintendo Directs are dead or not. The first thing is that Nintendo, time and time again, has proven that they roll to the beat of their own drum. They're the ones who started off Nintendo Directs and whatnot in such a way that other companies wanted to emulate them and whatnot, especially when it goes to E3, if they're gonna have an E3 Direct or a digital event or whatnot. Nintendo really showed that they don't have to have this huge grand event on a stage or anything. They can do it all digitally and it will work because it rolls to the beat of their own drum. They are free to set the terms and set the times and set the reveals how they like it. They don't have to, TGS, okay, we gotta prepare this for TGS. Gamescom, yeah, we gotta prepare that for GameStop. E3's rolling up. I mean, still they do stuff at E3, but you know what I'm trying to say. So the case in point is that they roll to the beat of their own drum to the point where they created Directs, and now it seems they could be rolling to the beat of their own drum where they're like, okay, now we're done with Directs. That's not the thing we want to do anymore. That's not the strategy we want to handle because, putting these together could be quite taxing and whatnot, and we could just drop trailers and people like us will share it about and hype it up the same way, if not better, than Directs. You know what I mean? And of course, the impact of the COVID pandemic, because they can't really, set it up in the same way they could. Can't have people recording, can't have people, putting it together in the treehouse, in Nintendo HQ, here, there, Europe, Japan, America. It just really puts a whole monkey wrench into the cogs that was Nintendo Directs on the production of them. And then of course, another point of contention is that the backlash of recent Nintendo Directs when it comes to the partner Directs, the mini showcases and whatnot, because when it comes to certain Nintendo Directs, or I should say all Nintendo Directs, there is a high level of expectation because we get hyped so much sometimes when they break the internet. Remember the time when they revealed the new Super Smash Bros. That went on to become Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in a March Direct? I mean, it gets pretty tasty, it gets pretty toasty when it comes to looking forward to what Nintendo can do to break the internet, to shake it on up, and social media goes wild. But of course, those expectations obviously can't be met with every single Nintendo Direct. But boy, fans are relentless when things they believe aren't up to snuff, especially considering the past few partner Directs. If you look at the like and dislike ratio in the comments here, there, all over social media and stuff, they are not particularly kind. So much so, it could be possible that thanks to all this backlash, Nintendo really decide to listen to you guys and think that, hey, maybe Nintendo Directs aren't the wave anymore. They don't like them. They seem to hate on all the ones we put out and stuff. You know, they're a company, and when it comes to individual releases or anything like that, they're not going to really have a stake on each one unless they know it's going to be really, really important, and then they will let you guys know. And it's like, hey, listen, E3 2016, we're going to just focus on Breath of the Wild, and they knew they had a hitter with that. But when it comes to other projects, especially those that are not within their scope of development, you know, they'll give you the time of day in terms of putting out. It's up to how the fans receive you guys, and, you know, Nintendo's like, all right, I hope you have a good time. Oh, wait, those dislikes, I don't think this is the wave anymore. And, you know, in that respect, I'm not saying that you guys shouldn't criticize directs or criticize terms of announcements or anything like that, because I will tell you right now, hyping up that Bakugan trailer, my lord, oh man, that was, I just had to laugh at that. But, you know, there are certain ways to, I would say, criticize. This is definitely not me defending Nintendo, a multi-million-dollar corporation and whatnot, you know, but there are certain ways to convey what you're feeling to corporations to not make them pull the plug on certain things that you would like. Because of course there are things where it's like, hey, I don't like it this way, I would like it that way, and maybe you should put it that way, and I will definitely consume it if you do it this way. There are ways to go about doing that without just going straight for the jugular, because when you do that, then the corporations are gonna be like, looks like you don't like this thing as a whole. It's not like, no, we want it this way. It's like, no, you don't want it at all. That's the type of thing that I'm trying to say. And that counts with games and all that stuff. Money talks, you know, the loudest, I would say. And with that idea, when money talks, of course, you know, the first thing they would have to look at is sales. The second thing they would have to look at is how people would, you know, talk about those sales. Those people that really play the games. If they're the loudest, the most, you know, negative of that, then Nintendo would know their own fan base, consumer base enough, I would assume, to not put them in a predicament where someone's not gonna buy their stuff. I would say for that aspect of reasoning is that Nintendo really needs to pick their spot. Now, those 2 points had to deal with the aspect if Nintendo Directs are dead. Now, the final point is if Nintendo Directs are truly alive despite the rumors, leaks, and whatever. It's like, oh, we should expect a Nintendo Direct at the end of this month or into February. Yeah! That's what a lot of leaks have been saying every month on the month last year, and then nothing. Woohoo! Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that maybe they're trying to pick their spot considering everything that's going on with COVID, considering everything that's going on with the negative backlash of certain partner directs and whatnot, knowing how big a certain game is or not, what's in their pocket, what's under their umbrella, what they know they will sell. It seems that they might be doing a strategy in order to get everything they know that we know about out in the open and out of the way. That considers Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, that considers Bowser's Fury, that considers new Pokemon Snap, even Monster Hunter Rise, you know, and to the point that the games are gonna be good up until April or whatnot. I mean, people could say, you know, Bravely Default 2 and other aspects like that, but I mean, they're handled by their own peeps. I mean, Nintendo's still gonna give them a good piece of the spotlight, but at the same time, you know, I feel that Nintendo has a lot of stuff they're sitting on, but they want to get the stuff that we know about out of the way first, possibly setting up a gigantic direct, Nintendo Direct, that will have non-stop slappers, non-stop crazy games that we don't know about. You know, this is gonna be the big reveals, reveal after reveal after reveal after reveal. But they don't want to take up a possible time slot of Nintendo Direct when they know they have some in their pocket that we know about, such as Super Mario 3D World and new Pokemon Snap. You know, they want to have a Direct that will be, you know, very concentrated on the new, on what's coming, 2021 and 2022 and whatnot. And I would feel that the only games that, you know, are outside of the bubble of the know are games that, you know, we have no idea when it's coming out or not. That includes Bayonetta 3, that includes Breath of the Wild 2, that includes Metroid Prime 4, and I feel that, you know, with all the secrecy, you know, relaying those games and whatnot, we could get something really interesting in terms of a huge Nintendo Direct that could pave the way for what we can expect towards the end of 2021 into 2022. You know, that's what I want to try and make sense of these Nintendo Directs. Where is the big general direct? Where is the all-encompassing direct and whatnot? And of course, you know, E3 this year is when we would think something like that would happen organically, naturally. But, you know, considering everything what's going on with the world, it's really a coin flip if E3 is even going to happen. Because I already know off the bat it's not going to happen in a public space. You know, it'll probably happen in a digital space. And will it still happen in the digital space? We are unaware. We have no idea. But that's my take on the whole aspect of Nintendo Directs. Are they dead or are they not? 2 points on they could possibly be dead. You know, Nintendo rolling to the beat of their own drum, just abandoning the concept because that's not what they want to do anymore. And no one tells Nintendo what to do. And we've seen that time and time again. Have you seen the Wii U? My lord. Or it could have been thanks to the negative backlash to the Nintendo Direct part of minis, where Nintendo just took that as a corporation. It's like, you don't want it as a whole, where all of us say, no, we just don't want it like that. You know, that's what happens. That's what happens with business. Or it could be a live in which they have a lot of stuff in the bag, but a lot of stuff we don't know, and they want to get the stuff that we know out of the bag, so the bag looks pretty golden, if you guys know what I mean. So let me know what you think about the lack of Nintendo Directs, and if they're dead or alive in your opinion in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, favorite, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK for more Nintendo content every week. Big thanks to my Patreon supporters for making this video happen. If you want to find out how you can support HMK for just $1 a month, check out my Patreon info in the description box below. Alright guys, until the next video, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.